at Caribbean Corner. Proper breadfruit. Best place in Toronto to get it. Marked with the mark for the roasting style, yeah. We are back at my house here, Toronto, Canada. Thank you to Caribbean Corner. I got a beautiful roasting breadfruit. And today is an idea I've had for a long time to do some Jamaican Italian fusion cuisine. I'm making breadfruit bruschetta, where instead of having bread, I'm using the breadfruit, which I'm gonna roast then fry. And I've got some beautiful tomatoes, basil, and scotch bonnet peppers. Let's go in the backyard, pick these nice fresh ingredients, and we'll get to roasting this bad boy. So got all the incredible produce right in the back here. We'll just pick it up real quick. There's some basil left. We picked a lot of it the other day. I made an episode on my other channel, Earthly Eats, making pesto with Loretta, the most authentic Calabrian style pesto that you've ever seen with pignoli and everything. So I'll put a link to that one. But let's go pick, see what we got. So we got some real nice herbs over there. And we'll just get some nice fresh basilico here. I've already got some upstairs, but just as beautiful as it gets. Pick some nice young leaves here. There's plenty to go around. This scent is just incredible. Yeah, we did quite a number on it the other day. That should be plenty for now. And now some pomodori, some tomatoes, like lots of cherry tomatoes. Beautiful ripe ones in there. Yeah, the cherries have just been incredible this year. I mean, I'm picking every single day. Getting beautiful cherry tomatoes just like that. Haven't had too many squirrel problems or raccoon problems. And for some extra Jamaican flavor, I'm gonna use some scotch bonnet peppers on this one. Now they're green, so they're not gonna be that spicy. I'm not gonna use the seeds, and it should give it a little bit of an extra Caribbean flavor to it. All right, we got all the ingredients washed up, ready to go. Now the first step is you gotta roast the breadfruit. It can take a couple hours. I'll put a link to Daddy's Kitchen so you can learn how to roast a breadfruit in an oven. It's always nicer to do it on fire if you have it, but I can't do a fire in the backyard, so we're just going oven style. So high temperature, I have it set to 420, and we'll roast it about 2 hours. I'm gonna put a couple cuts in the center of the breadfruit to allow the heat to penetrate as Daddy recommends. And that is gonna be step number 1. So I actually haven't done this technique before, but we'll just try to get out some of the stem, and we'll put a little cross cut on the bottom as Daddy recommends. Make sure you got something real nice and sharp. There we go, a little cross cut. Breadfruit is pretty soft, so when it's ripe like this, I should be able to get just some of the stem out. Normally I would just wait for the heat to come out of the mouth when we're doing it in a roasting style, but we don't have the fire, so here we go. I'm not gonna cut the whole thing, not gonna be too precious about it. I just wanna get some space in there. All right, there we go. You can see we got some room for the heat to go inside. Breadfruit's one of those ones that's kind of hard to mess up. I mean, when you're cooking it in Jamaica, you literally just throw it in a fire, wait till it blackens, and you see the smoke coming out of the top of it. So pretty simple, I hope. All right, breadfruit going in, clock starting. And now I just dice up the tomatoes to start. You want to keep all the juice from it. Keep it super simple. I know some people add wine vinegar, some people add black pepper, some people add red onion. I'm doing this the most simple way ever with just the tomatoes, olive oil, salt, and basil, and scotch bonnet pepper. Okay, we're gonna start with the cherry tomatoes here. I got a couple heirlooms to add as bonuses, different kinds. Beautiful backyard heirlooms. And you just want to kind of dice it. So these are very round. I mean, you don't have to do a crazy precise job. You just want them in smaller bits. It's all gonna be good. It's really hard to mess up anyway. Some people de-seed it. I'm way too lazy for that, so we're just gonna chop all these up. Yeah, I think the real trick to making amazing bruschetta is the quality of tomatoes. I mean,
It's harvest time here, and it's just the most incredible time of year to get backyard tomatoes. It just gives it such an extra bonus flavor. So these cherry tomatoes are all chopped up, super juicy. I'm gonna cut half of each of the heirlooms and throw that in there and have a triple tomato mix.
Oh, there's a lot of juice here. Oh my gosh, look at it drip. I'm gonna keep it all. And now we're gonna get half of the other heirlooms in here. Just look how pretty this is. There's some organic beauty right there. And same with this one here, just gorgeous. Oh my. And obviously these are gonna be a little easier to dice just because of their size.
3 types of tomato, looks insane, smells insane.
And of course I'm no expert, just experimenting, but yeah, definitely easier to dice. Again, it's just bruschetta, it doesn't matter really how you do it. It's more about the quality of the ingredients. Oh my, let's go.
Right, so now we add the salt, the basil, and the olive oil. My mom got me this amazing smoked salt, just a little bonus flavor. And it is so good on everything, so shout out to my mom, thank you for that. Yeah, I just totally eyeball it with the extra virgin olive oil, the higher quality oil, again, the higher quality final product, of course. So let's tear up some basil, salt, and oil it, and we'll just let that sit while our breadfruit roasts.
So just look how beautiful and coarse that smoked salt is. Again, you don't want to overdo it. Salt it as how you would for maybe your normal tomato salad. I might do 3 pinches here. You can always adjust after, but this salt is so nice.
And now for the beautiful basil. Smells so good, so easy to grow. So apparently hand tearing it, you end up keeping the flavors much more than if you were to chop it up and dice it up. So I don't know the exact reasoning, but it seems to taste better to me. So you just tear and drop her in, and we'll mix it up with the olive oil right after that. And that's basically it for the bruschetta, other than this ingredient, which we get to next.
Yeah, we'll just give it a quick mix up, see how our ratio is looking. You want to see a little more green in there? Why not? I think I'll do a little more.
That is so good. Woo! All right, olive oil time. I got some Sicilian extra virgin, so the good stuff. It's worth spending money on the good stuff. So just eyeball it. You don't need too much. You don't need to overdo it, but you need that oil in there to make it real bruschetta.
So you're just gonna eyeball it here. Don't need too much. There's already a lot of liquid from that tomato. And just give her a mix up.
And it's time, 1 scotchy. Now I've tried these and tested these. Green ones can actually be quite hot, but these ones are not that hot at all. They can keep going for another 6 weeks, I want to say. They can turn yellow and red. It has a very Jamaican flavor to it. The scotchy to me is an instant taste of Caribbean, so I might be making Italians and Jamaicans everywhere cringe by adding some of this bite into the bruschetta, but whatever, this is purely experimental. So I'm only gonna do half, I'm not gonna do the seeds. I'm gonna chop it up fine, and I just wanna add just a little taste of that Jamaican flavor in the mix.
Here comes scotchy. Ooh. So watch those seeds. Those seeds are what make it pretty deadly. We're gonna go around those. And make sure to wash your hands after, but I'm just gonna dice up this little scotchy here.
Okay, we're just gonna test a little bit. I don't want it to be too scotchy. Oh shit, that's pretty hot. Maybe I'm gonna do half of that in there. I don't need the whole heap of it. But damn, that is a beautiful tasting pepper. Shout out Mark Weens and Joel.
Damn, that is a spicy pepper. I don't know, what do you guys think? That much? Let's do it. We just want a bit of kick. We don't want it to get murderous in there. All right, mix up the scotchy. Oh my goodness. It's good. Jamaica flavor.
I think it is done. It's looking pretty good. Let's have a look in the oven here.
Okay, there's breadfruit. Oh, yep.
So the skin has turned from green to brown. I can see some steam coming out the mouth there. So let's get this guy out, let it rest, and peel it up. So you hear that? It's the skin's cracking nice, it's brown. It's pretty soft when I squeeze it. Very hot. But yeah, we'll get to chopping that up soon. You see how kind of soft and charred on the bottom? So this should be pretty easy to peel. And then it's time to fire up the pan. The scent is just amazing. It's so bread-like. It is the craziest thing to me, even after eating this fruit for over 15 years, that it does have a bread-like scent and texture to it. I don't know, I feel like this is gonna turn out amazing. It's very hot. Maybe I can use my oven mitt and start to just peel it, because I'm getting hungry here. I wanna try this thing. Now, I'm used to it being really charred and kind of peeling it all around. I'm not sure the best technique here. I might just use this knife, but oh, see how that's nice and soft? Whoa, that's hot, man. But look at that just come off. It just peels right off very easily. Don't want to waste it. Just beautiful, beautiful breadfruit. So this breadfruit was $14, and you know, I guess it's kind of expensive, but it is a big, heavy tropical fruit, and Caribbean Corner has beautiful quality. So again, it's worth it paying for quality. You don't want someone that's too ripe or one that's been sitting out there forever. You know, this is the real deal here. So shout out Caribbean Corner. I'm gonna link them down below. They're in Kensington Market in Toronto, and it's not too far from my place. I've got these before at Nicey's. You know, any kind of West Indian grocery store will have them. I usually get my vegetables from the Korean or the Chinese fruit market here. And they do have good stuff like jackfruit, but it's kind of rare to find breadfruit and that kind of thing. So highly recommended Caribbean Corner or any of the West Indian places. If you're on the East End and like Ajax Pickering, you probably got a lot more options. If you're in Brampton, I'm sure you got a lot more options too. But just look at that. Nice, beautiful, yellow, steamy goodness. It just holds so much heat. I'm gonna cut it right down the middle. We'll get some nice slices. See how soft that is? Whoa! It's almost got a kind of dough-like texture. Woo! Perfect. Slice some nice pieces off. We can take this heart part out of it. I'm gonna slice down the middle. So soft and good. Look at that, just like butter. Take out the heart part. So that is perfectly ready to cut into some nice breadfruit sections. Gonna make some bread-like slices, pretty thick. Instead of the crostini, you can just make nice pieces like that. Nice steam and roast breadfruit. And I'm gonna save the rest for my breakfast later, because fried breadfruit for breakfast is one of my favorite meals on the planet. And I gotta say, I did a pretty damn good job roasting it, but like I said, it's real easy. I got my nice thin pieces. Got the olive oil there. A little more. That is probably a lot, but that's okay. Now, if you're in Jamaica, the way to do it is in coconut oil. It's got a higher smoke point. You can make the pan hotter. You can make it crispier. It does give it a nice coconut flavor, but because I'm doing an Italian Jamaican fusion, I'm going olive oil. Just gonna make sure it's not too hot. That's quite a lot of oil, but whatever. Breadfruit will deal with it. So we're just gonna cook these in here for a little while. Classic fry up. Hopefully it all fits. You can hear that sizzle right away. So it's already soft. You just want to get it into a nice crispy form. Gonna make it nice and browned on each side. You can see how light color it is right now. We'll do a quick look. So see how it's getting yellow. Getting closer. I'm gonna give it 2 flips. I don't know if I'm doing it the right way, but I like to get it a little crispy on the outside, a little browned. So nice and light. Whoop. Oh yeah, look at that color difference. Just gorgeous. Woo! Hot, hot, hot. Of course you can use a utensil, but I'm doing the camera one-handed, so it's a little easier. So while that's cooking, we're gonna do the final step here, and that is garlic. Now, if you're doing a real bruschetta, you do not chop up garlic, mash up garlic, and spread it all over the place. Although, if you're a garlic fan, whatever, do what you like. But the real way, from what I'm told, is you just cut it, and with the freshly cut garlic, you rub the bread, or in my case, breadfruit, with the garlic. So you get a much more subtle hint of flavor rather than an overpowering garlic flavor. And it just pairs so nicely. So we're gonna give it one more fresh slice, and then once this breadfruit is all fried up, it's time. So I got a nice big piece here, just gonna shave some off so you get a fresh window of juicy garlic. So that's looking good to me. I just want a hint of brown on it. It's already really well roasted on the inside. I don't want it too hard on the outside. It smells just amazing. And again, look at that color. Just that brown kind of roast ridge on it. Oh man. All right, so I'm just gonna put it on the plate here. Whoa. All right, so last step, as I mentioned, fresh garlic, freshly roasted breadfruit. Just gonna give it a nice rub down. Opa. Woo! Oh my God, it's just like bread. It's so crazy. That is hot. Hot to handle. Maybe I should do this on the plate, but I want to show you on camera. So see that insane color it has now? Just gonna get the nice garlic rubbed on there. Oh, that's crispy. Look at that. Okay, so the moment has come. This is breadfruit bruschetta. So just put some nice stuff on there. It's looking and smelling amazing. I might need a second for it to cool down. Maybe someone's made it like this before, maybe not. Maybe I'm just gonna claim it since I haven't seen it. This is Italian Jamaican Fusion breadfruit bruschetta with a little bit of scotch bonnet for that Caribbean flavor. That's unreal. Honestly, that is so good. If you're an Italian fan or fan of Jamaican food, you gotta try this one. It's crazy. I think the olive oil and a little bit of scotch bonnet pepper, it's not intense at all. You can just sense a little tiny bit of heat and that beautiful scotchy flavor in the corner. It's totally roasted perfectly on the inside, totally soft, crispy on the outside, slight, very mellow hint of garlic. I don't know. I'm claiming a 10 out of 10 on that. You gotta try this. So please give it a shot. Let me know in the comments below. I don't know, you just have to try it. It's honestly that good. It's so simple. I mean, that's one thing that's beautiful about both Jamaican and Italian cuisine. It's one of those things where I think less is more. I mean, the bruschetta has so few ingredients. Same with the breadfruit. It's just when it's all done fresh in the right amount, it's just absolutely perfect. So thanks for watching this little experiment. Bless up. And I am definitely doing this one again.